Hey there! Welcome back to Book Summary in Minutes. This is the place where we turn big, sometimes complicated books into simple ideas you can actually understand and use without spending hours reading. Today, we're talking about a book that's been whispered about, debated, and misunderstood for years, 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Don't worry, this isn't about becoming cold or manipulative. It's about awareness, understanding how people think, how influence works, and how to move smarter in everyday life. So get comfortable, maybe grab a drink, and let's explore these ideas together, one insight at a time. The core ideas of 48 Laws of Power explained simply. Why this book still gets talked about. Let's be honest, 48 Laws of Power is one of those books people either swear by or feel uncomfortable admitting they've read. Not because it's evil, but because it talks openly about power, something we all experience but rarely discuss honestly. Power at school, power at work, power in friendships, power online. Robert Greene doesn't tell you how the world should work, he explains how it actually works. Today, I'll break down the core ideas of the book without hype, without manipulation tactics, just awareness. Think of this episode as learning the rules of a game you're already playing. Section 1. Power is everywhere, even when you ignore it. One of the book's biggest messages is simple. Power doesn't disappear just because you don't want it. Anytime people interact, power dynamics exist. Who speaks more? Who gets listened to? Who influences decisions? Greene argues that pretending power doesn't exist doesn't make you moral, it makes you unaware. And unaware people are often the easiest to control. This book isn't about becoming ruthless, it's about seeing clearly. Section 2. Appearances matter more than intentions. A major theme in the book is this. People don't judge you by what you mean, they judge you by what they see. You could be hardworking, smart, and honest, but if you don't appear confident or capable, others may overlook you. Think of it like a movie trailer. People decide whether to watch the film before knowing the full story. The lesson? How you present yourself matters. Reputation can open doors or close them fast. This isn't about being fake, it's about being intentional. Section 3. Say less than necessary. One of the most practical ideas in the book is about speech. Greene suggests that the more you talk, the more likely you are to reveal weaknesses, say something unnecessary, lose control of how others perceive you. Have you noticed how calm, confident people often speak less, not more? Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates attention. You don't need to win every conversation. Sometimes restraint is power. Section 4. Control your emotions or they'll control you. Another recurring idea is emotional control. When you act out of anger, jealousy, desperation, ego, you give other people leverage over you. Greene uses history to show that many powerful people didn't win because they were stronger, but because they stayed calm while others reacted emotionally. Power, in this sense, is self-mastery. If someone can predict your emotional reactions, they can predict your moves. Section 5. Learn to read the room. A big part of power isn't talking, it's observing. The book encourages you to notice who influences whom. Watch how decisions really get made. Pay attention to unspoken rules. Every group has a hidden structure. There's what people say and what actually happens. When you understand the environment you're in, you stop making naive mistakes. Awareness turns confusion into clarity. Section 6. Avoid unnecessary enemies. Here's an underrated lesson from the book. Not every battle is worth fighting. Greene explains that many people lose power not because they're weak, but because they create enemies unnecessarily. Ego makes people correct others publicly, show superiority, win arguments that don't matter. Sometimes the smarter move is letting things slide. Power grows when you conserve energy. Section 7. Influence is often subtle.
One thing the book makes clear is the most effective influence is rarely forceful. People resist being controlled, but they enjoy feeling like they chose something themselves. In real life, influence often looks like framing ideas the right way, letting others take credit, guiding rather than pushing. The lesson here isn't manipulation, it's understanding human psychology. People move faster when they feel respected. Section 8. Use power defensively, not recklessly. One important thing many people miss about 48 Laws of Power. Greene doesn't say you must use every law. In fact, knowing these ideas is often about self-protection. When you understand how power works, you spot manipulation faster. You avoid traps. You stop being surprised by people's behavior. Knowledge gives you choice, and choice is power. Conclusion: the real message of the book. At its core, 48 Laws of Power isn't about becoming cold or ruthless. It's about awareness. Power exists. Games exist. Ignoring them doesn't make you pure, it makes you vulnerable. You don't have to play aggressively, but you should know the rules, because once you see clearly, you stop being controlled by confusion and start acting with intention. And that might be the most powerful thing of all.